My name is Henry Caldwell. I'm 101 years old. I've watched people make the same mistake over and over again, and most of them never realize it. When I was younger, I used to believe something very simple, that life would begin once everything was in place. You know the sentence, I'll be happy when I heard it from friends, from colleagues, from people who were sure they still had time. I had a friend, Daniel. He used to talk about the ocean like it was waiting for him. Said he'd finally live after retirement. Bought books about sailing, marked places on maps. Spent 40 years preparing for a life he never started. He died 2 years before he quit his job. And I remember standing there thinking, we don't delay happiness, we replace it with waiting. And after a while, you don't even notice anymore that waiting has become your life. I didn't think I was like him. I built a career, a good one. People respected me, shook my hand, said I'd done well, and for a long time I believed them. Until one night, I was sitting alone in my kitchen, award on the table, dinner gone cold, and the house completely quiet. That's when it hits you. Not loudly, not dramatically, just a simple question. Is this it? Because success is loud when you're chasing it. But when you finally have it, it gets very quiet. And in that silence, you hear everything it couldn't fix. Around that time, I stopped speaking to my brother over something small. I don't even remember what anymore. We both assumed there would be time to fix it. There always is, right? Until there isn't. 3 years passed. Then one morning, he was gone. No last conversation, no apology, and no closure. Just a silence that never ended. That's when I understood something most people learn too late. Time doesn't warn you. It doesn't slow down because you're not ready. If something needs to be said, you say it now. I worked harder after that. Thought maybe meaning was something you built, something solid, something that would last. Turns out I was wrong. The company replaced me in less than a month. Clean, efficient, like I was never there. But strange thing is, people remembered other things. A neighbor whose fence I fixed one summer. A kid I helped with his homework once, who later became a teacher. That stayed. Not the title, not the office, just small things I almost didn't think mattered. There was a man I knew, lived down the street, did everything right, ate well, exercised, took care of himself better than anyone I'd ever seen. But he carried something else too. Anger. 40 years of it. And it changed him, made him smaller, quieter, harder. By the time he died, he wasn't really living anymore. That's when it became clear. Bitterness doesn't punish the past. It just slowly erases the person carrying it. At my age, patterns become obvious. The people who live well, not perfectly, not successfully, just well, they all have one thing in common. They give old, not money, time, attention, presence. Because everything you keep eventually disappears. But what you give, that stays somewhere. My wife, Eleanor, she didn't talk much, didn't need to. When she sat with you, she was there, completely. No rushing, no distraction, just present. Do you know how rare that is? To feel like you are the only thing in the room for someone? Most people never experience that. They think providing is the same as being there. It isn't. I lost her 10 years ago. The house changed after that. Felt empty. One afternoon, I caught myself laughing. And then I realized if I didn't, I was going to break. Life will hurt you. That's not a warning. That's a guarantee. The question is, what do you become after that? These days, I wake up early because I have reasons. Small ones. Fix something. Call someone. Water the garden. That's enough. People think they need a grand purpose. They don't. They need a reason to get up. And if there's one thing I wish I understood earlier, it's this. I spent years trying to become someone. Better, more, different. I didn't need to. You're not behind. You're not unfinished. You're just here. And that was always enough. I'm 101 now. I don't know how many mornings I have left. But I know this. Most people don't run out of time. They run out of honesty with themselves. If something matters, don't wait. Because the moment you realize it too late, it's no longer a choice.